Chapter 6. As days become a week, and the week draws into a fortnight, Lindy's mother is holding Sean when she sees a movement in his eyes. I take him into my arms, stare into his face. In his eyes there is a quivering, a strange crackling. I hold him close. Everything that was ever going to be, everything that was going to become, begins a slow unraveling. If you saw me having a seizure, you'd swear I was in pain. Maybe part of me is. But the truth is that as much as I love my mom and sister, my brother and father, I'd trade their lives in a heartbeat if it meant keeping my seizures. That sounds terrible, but I can't imagine my life without the wonders of having seizures. I don't know when a seizure will strike, but when it does, it's like a miracle. When it first starts, it's like a little shock. It begins in my head, just behind my eyes, a small crackling feeling. Then, almost instantly, it shifts into a swirl of color that shuts down my vision. Red comes first, then a light blue, which turns slightly darker until it's as though I were looking at the world through the dark, blue-tinted sunglasses. Only I'm not looking out at the world, at least at the normal world. The images I see are from inside my head. It's as though my eyeballs are turned around backward, looking into my brain, and what I see is everything I've dreamed, experienced, or imagined. The medicine I am given to control the seizures lessens my muscle contractions, allowing the seizure to affect only my brain. This is great. The bad part of the seizures used to be the way I felt when my muscles would spasm. It felt like I was going to crack apart. But now the medicine keeps my muscles relaxed, even as the seizure is happening, and protects my body from injury. I've heard that seizures have been known to break bones, including backbones. Like, I don't have enough problems? That's just what I need, to be paralyzed with a broken back. As the seizure continues, I begin to smile and laugh. One of my doctors explained to my mom that this reaction is just an autonomic, uncontrollable systemic reflex, whatever that is. The doctor said the laughter is just a response to waves of electric impulses flowing through my frontal lobe. Actually, I know that my smile and laughter during seizures are really irritating to my family, especially my brother, who hates my seizures almost as much as my dad hates them. I guess it's pretty annoying to be around someone who laughs randomly, just laughs and laughs for no reason at all. I'm sure it kind of rubs it in, just how disconnected I am. But to me, the laughter always feels great. It's kind of like what I imagine the giggles must feel like when everything seems hilariously funny. These laughter moments in my seizures feel like real happiness to me. Why not enjoy them? Think about it. Why should we care whether what makes us happy is just an electrical impulse in our brain or something funny that we see some fool do on TV? Does it matter what makes you smile? Wouldn't you rather be happy for no reason than unhappy for good reasons? All I know, though, is that my electric happiness doesn't help my family much. Imagine a world where every time you laughed, everybody else looked sad. After the smile/laughter part of my seizure has passed, the room begins to swirl around me. Not fast or dizzying, but slowly, allowing me to remember it, see it as if it was in the moment before the seizure arrived. Of course, it's not the room out there that is spinning, it's the room in my head. I get a 360-degree view of every detail. What happens next is hard to put into words without sounding like a moronic advertisement for the Granola New Age Spirit World Gazette. The simplest way to describe it is to say that as the room swirls and I finish checking off everything around me, well, my spirit leaves my body? I hate to say this. I mean, what is a spirit anyway? By saying this, I guess I mean that I accept that we have spirits and that they can come and go from us. I don't even know that I really believe any of that stuff. But I do know what happens when a seizure comes. As the room finishes its swirling, the blue haze lifts and colors become as sharp and clear as crystals. Then, as my laughter winds down to a slow, steady breathing, a part of me rises from my body. I watch. I guess what I mean is that my spirit watches my bent, unconscious body from somewhere outside myself. If it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe it. The first few times my spirit left my body, I was 10 years old. It was about the same time that the doctors got my seizure medication just right. When it first happened, it scared the hell out of me. I thought maybe I was dead and that I'd never go back into my body again. But then I felt afraid to wander too far away from myself. After a while, though, I realized that as soon as my body awakens from a seizure, I'm forced it back inside myself. My little trips have time limits. I can't make a seizure happen or stop one really, although sometimes if I concentrate hard enough, I seem to be able to hold it off for a little while. For the most part, though, my seizures are not interested in what I'm doing at the moment they hit. They just kick down the door to my brain, charge in, and make themselves at home. Of course, except for seizures, my life is one of total dependence. Once I start being able to sneak away from my body, seizures became very important to me. I love the feeling of movement, the pure joy of being able to fly. I love the feeling of escaping from my screwed up, worthless body. I love my seizures because they give me the kind of life I imagine normal people enjoy, and then some. They give me freedom. When my spirit is out of my body, although I have no physical body, I have complete control of my motions. I do all the things I see and imagine other people do. I soar, sail, walk, run, skip, sit, lie down, roll over, wiggle like a snake, swim like a fish, leap tall buildings in a single bound, slither through cracks in sidewalks and walls, zip over the clouds, whirl like a dervish, dance like John Travolta, sing like Kurt Cobain, and look the world in the eye. When I'm in a seizure, I go to a different reality. It's like I can do anything I've ever wanted to do. I remember touching Cindy's hands as she slept and thanking her for teaching me to read. I remember sitting at the edge of the ocean, digging my toes in the sand, watching whales blow spray and then dive down into the black water. I remember yelling in my dad's ear, telling him I was okay. I remember kissing my mom's cheek and cuddling her. All these memories are hazy, as if coated in that filmy stuff that photographers use to make homely people look pretty in studio photographs. Are these memories of real things or imagined ones? I don't know. Are your dreams real or imagined? You don't imagine a dream, do you? I don't know what's real or what's imagined when I have a seizure, and to tell you the truth, I don't care. All I know is that my seizures are a nice part of my life, a part I love. Seizure trips are as real to me as sitting in this wheelchair right now, remembering in perfect detail 2 months ago when I heard the sounds of the furnace humming and my brother talking on the phone to one of his friends about getting a pizza and a half rack of brewskis. My seizures are as real as my schooling and a lot more sane. Did I mention that I go to school? Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, it was at school yesterday that I had to face the fact again that my dad might be thinking about killing me.